Hi, everybody. Trying to adjust this real quick. Can you guys hear me okay? Cannot see you, so hold on one second. I don't know why this keeps happening, but my phone keeps locking. Okay. Can you guys all hear me okay? Good. Gotta move my airbrush out of the way a little bit. Hi, Deanne, Patricia, Rita. Hello, my wonderful moderator, Cheryl. Ginger, nice to see you. Donna. Amanda from Canada. Is it Gila? Aw, that's so nice. Not, hi Chelsea. Hey and away. I know you, but I can't think of what your actual name is. Hey and away. Hi Jan. Heather, Sherry, Stacy. Thanks for coming, you guys. Thanks for coming on a Friday night. Hi Sherry, thank you so much. That's nice. So, who says they couldn't hear me? Cheryl, you hear me okay, right? If for some reason you can't hear me, let me know. So, first of all, I have to say thank you to my patrons. If your name is not on this list, it's not because I don't absolutely love and care about you. It's because I got, I did this thing where I accidentally mass deleted a bunch of emails, and that's the only way I know who donated to me, and then I ran out of time to go through all my emails. So, that if you want to support this channel, please leave a tip in my tip jar. That's what these people did. Or they went to my Amazon shop and they bought me something to paint with or to help support my paint. So I appreciate all of you who help support this channel. It means a lot. Hi, Tara. So the second thing is, I'm sure you see all these cool cups that I have on my station today. There's a company, this man, ledbfg.com. Well, basically, it's hard for me to say over the camera. You probably won't hear it, but Chris's link is in the description box of this video. He designed all of these cups and more. He has other cups too on his Etsy store. And they're all fun little cups. I've tried a couple of them, and the one that I wanted to try for you guys today was this rotating cup, and he even sent me a little video on how to use it. There's a link to my Amazon shop in the description box, under every video, there's a link to give me a donation, leave a tip in my tip jar to go to my Amazon shop, or basically I'm an affiliate of Arteza. If you want to buy Arteza stuff, you can find all that there. So, hi Kathy, nice to see you. So here's all these cool cups. Now what I find mostly about the cups is a lot of the effects that you get with the cups are, of course, depending on how the cup is shaped and everything. But in general, a lot of them you can do without the fancy cup. But if you like gadgets, it's fun to have a different cool cup to use. And he has a lot of them on his Etsy site, so you should check it out. The cup that we're going to use today, off of his Etsy site, is this rotating cup. Now, the cool part about this rotating cup is, here's the idea of it. I'm going to explain it before I get it all covered with paint. And I'm going to actually bring you guys in a little bit if I can. Okay, so this is how this works. That's too shiny. So there's a few different parts to this. This is the base, which elevates the ring off of the canvas. So that's the first thing. And then this ring sets on this base. So that gives you that little space off the canvas. And then there's this piece. So this piece pops in here and it just turns until it sits tight. Now, there's this cup. Now this is the rotating part. Hi Mamesy, nice to see you. Hi Alessandra. So this cup fits down inside here. And if you can see what happens is, see it's closed right now. But as I turn it, a quarter turn, it opens up. And then if I turn it again, it closes up. So it's going to keep opening and closing. So that means if I put one color of paint in each one of these, every time I turn it, it's going to go on a different spot. So that's how he instructed and asked me to demonstrate this. So that is what I'm going to do. Yeah. So that's what's happening. And we're just going to use a little canvas. So I've never actually, originally the painting that I did a little test run with this cup, and my paints were a little too thick. So I do have to say, you cannot have tremendously thick paint with this little cup. It doesn't work. Before we start the split cup, and because I want to do this before I get my paint station really messy, and this is why. Both of these have already sold. Paintings from last week. Oh my gosh, how pretty. Look at that. You guys asked me to do this swipe, and I did. And look how beautiful it turned out. Oh my gosh, I'm in love with this painting. So this is like the little sister from last week. The little sister painting. It's like a little garden. And then this one is the big sister. So we did the little sister and the big sister. And look how pretty this one turned out too. Just gorgeous. So many beautiful details. I'm totally in love with this. The way the black swiped over that folk art purple topaz, I can't even, you can feel the texture of the two, and it's just absolutely stunning. So this little sister and this big sister, they sold together to the same person. So she's very, very lucky lady. If you want a piece of art that you see on this channel, please just contact me, contact Cheryl. One of us will figure out a way. I'm on Instagram, Heather Mader Art. I'm on Facebook, Heather Mader Art. All my links are in the description box below. So here's the other crazy piece I did. Look at this piece. Isn't that crazy? So the beautiful part about this, I did this one on a live on Instagram. I don't know if you guys know this. I do these things called pours after dark. And they're just like late night pours where I don't really talk very much. It's mostly just chill music. They have to stay under an hour, so I usually just do one painting. But look at the white. This effect of this white. This is the golden fluid titanium white. And I'm always talking about how ghostly it looks, and it really just has that amazing effect. If you guys can see this crazy spider web looking effect with the gold, I am in love with this painting, and it's very weird, so it probably won't sell. But someone said, oh, it looks like a Salvador Dali, and I'm like, I agree. I mean, Salvador Dali was a huge influence to me, and I can totally see Salvador Dali in this. Anyway, yeah, Jan, next time you'll have to catch me on one of those late night pours. Anyway, but yeah, that's what I did this week. The rest of the week has all been me being a chef. I've just been a chef all week, and I haven't had a chance to paint or do anything artistic. So, other than the little test that I did for this one, I'm gonna put my gloves on. So, how are y'all doing today? Hope you're all well. I went to the doctor today. And they're going to run some tests. I've been having some health issues that are a little concerning. I haven't been to the doctor in 4 years because I don't go to the doctor. Well, I went to the ER, but I don't go to like a doctor unless something is really, really wrong. So for me to go to a doctor, it's pretty serious. And so we'll see what happens. I hope everything is well, and I'll keep you guys informed as to what's going on. If for some reason I'm not feeling great or whatever. Okay. The contraption. I'm going to actually do this a little tiny bit off to the side. So you see the cup is closed. I chose really quick color, or really just an easy little color palette for this one. This is white. A beautiful metallic purple, a black, and a gold. Now, the reason I chose this is because I really wanted to see what happens when you layer all of these in here. I wanted to actually be able to see that. I think if we had too many colors, we may not be able to see, what happens. But so I'm going to start with, I'm going to do what he said. And he said literally just pour one color into each side. And so that's what we're going to do. All my colors today were mixed with everything. I mean, Mod Podge, Floetrol, Owatrol, GAC 800 is like a lot. So, I don't know, I'm just trying to make the most of what I had, I think. And then we'll put this gold on this side. So, I don't know if I have enough color or paint actually for this canvas, but we're gonna try and see what happens. I just made that way worse. Yeah, the consistency, Alessandra, it has to be, for this cup particularly, it does need to be a little bit thinner. Because when they're too thick, they just didn't fall through the cup at all. So, yeah. I've been having a hard time finding Floetrol. So I don't know if you, I noticed someone else saying they do too. It's really terrible, and I'm really afraid that Floetrol is going by the wayside. I'm extremely nervous that that's what's happening. Let's pray to the Floetrol gods. I don't know, we could count. I'm sure it's because of the COVID or whatever, you know. I don't know. But I'm almost out of it. I don't have much. I have 1 gallon left. I don't know what I'm going to do after that, but all right, let's do this turn. I want to do the turn in the way that he recommended it. So basically it's just a quarter turn and then a quarter turn and then a quarter turn and then a quarter turn. I know this is going to make like a beautiful flower because of the shape. That is one thing I am aware of. It's kind of cool. So instead of layering this in your cup, you know, in all the different colors, you just turn your cup and it just rotates. How easy is that? Ooh. I don't know if you guys can see. Let me move my hands. Can you see the pretty flower that's starting to emerge? Very beautiful. I don't know when all the paint will be out of here, so I just keep turning it. And then if you wanted like one color, I suppose, to come out for a minute, you could open it up and let it flow for a second. And then close it again. I think this is almost done. You can kind of see all the holes at the bottom now. And I can feel. Now, one thing I'm going to say about this cup, and I was not prepared, you have to immediately put it in water. So let me, if you don't mind, please let me go get something to put this in water right away. If you don't, it is definitely not easy to clean. So let me get some water real quick. Sorry about that, you guys. So I just went and got a little tub of water here. And then I'm just going to carefully remove the cup. And this bottom piece pops out. And then this piece, and then you pull your little ring out of it. That makes a pretty little flower, you know. This is the kind of a thing where you know, some people are gadget people and some people aren't. if you knew me as a chef, you would know I'm, man, I like only the gadgets that are like absolutely necessary, like, you know, a food processor and a mixer and then a whisk, and, you know, I like things that are necessary, but I'm not a huge gadget person in general. But you can see how pretty the pattern is on this one, and I would just like to wreck it just a little tiny bit more, because I think it'll be pretty that way too. This is a pretty little pour. Sometimes it's fun. It'd be a nice little gift for someone who does pour painting. Just a fun little cup to do something different with. Welcome, Marguerite. Jan, don't act like you know me. What are you trying to say, Jan? She said she knew I would wreck it. What? I'm sorry. What you saying, huh? You want to come say that to my face? Come on. What? Just because I can never leave anything alone? This is why my partner calls me, he said I'm a moster. Apparently I can never just do the smallest thing, whatever the smallest thing would be. I can never do that. So, you know, you could, if you did a light amount of paint on here, you could certainly make a flower and actually leave it as a flower. So that just gives you an idea of what you could do. And I have too much paint on here to be able to leave it like a flower, not realizing, you know, how much paint I would need. So you just would probably have to play with it a little bit, and then, you know, obviously I'm gonna end up having to tilt this. If I wanted to cover this canvas, I still would need more paint. Interesting pattern. This should be a lesson in tilting. How to tilt a square. How to tilt a circle. Oh, you know, this is pretty simple. So check out his cups if you're interested in having something different to play around with. The link is in the description box. You get 15% off if you use the link that I provide, because a code is directly linked to that link, and you don't have to do anything. I don't even think you have to add it at checkout. It just simply is. So I used Mod Podge today, which means there's going to be, unfortunately, some bubbles, because I just find that's the case with the Mod Podge. Anyway, there you go. And you can keep going and do as much or as little as you want with this. I'm going to set this aside. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it yet. Alright, so today we have a lot of colors to use. I wanted to do a Santa Fe painting. So I'm just going to go over some of the colors that I chose for the actual painting for today. And these are all, you know, mixed with everything. A lot of these are hand mixed. This is like a rust, kind of a quinacridone orange. Yeah, a burnt orange. That's kind of like a quinacridone orange. This is, boy, boy, I just made up some of these colors. I don't know, but yellow ochre, but I put Indian spice in it from Primary Elements. We got Titan Buff. Got a Sunburst Yellow. I just got tired of working in blues, and last week's was all purple, so I have to do something different right now. And this is, I'm kind of at a loss for color inspiration, although I usually go on Pinterest. And this is like a brick red right here. We have the 24 karat gold by Deco Art. I got a lovely chocolate burnt sienna brown right here. And then this is a copper by Golden, just the Golden's copper, which I'm in love with, and it's amazing. And then this is the Folk Art Fire Opal with just a few touches of red, cadmium red in there to just give it a little bit of a deeper color. And then we have here what is this one called? Why do I space out whenever it's this? I have something against this color, you guys. It's Van Dyke Brown. I don't know why. But like whenever I mix it, I can't think of the name of it for the life of me. That's Van Dyke Brown. It's really dark. And then this is the deep turquoise. And, you know, it's Santa Fe. We got to have some blue in there, but I wanted a lot of rich red colors. And then this will be a lovely extreme sheen sapphire, and this one I just made up with pearl and yellow, and I just took a green and added blue to it. Kind of a transition color, I guess, between this and this is that color. And then this is kind of you know, a green gold, I would say. So we have a lot of beautiful colors today, and I'm really craving on working a canvas, an oval canvas today, and it's just something I've been thinking about all week, so I'm kind of excited to do that. Man, this thing is getting coated with paint so much that it's starting to become unlevel. Unfortunately, it's kind of one of those scenarios. But man, it's given me a good year and a half. What do I expect, you know? I do like to put things on the side, the underside. The little push pins, they're awesome. But even the big ones, they just kind of hurt my hands. I don't know if any of you have arthritis, but after being a chef for all these years, I have, even these big ones, they just putting them in hurts, so I try to avoid things that hurt anymore in life. This is a Masters, a classic collection, Masters Touch. You can get these at Hobby Lobby. So it's $16.99, but every 3 months or so, maybe every 4 months, I'd say 4 times a year, they have this sale, and they're almost half off. Not quite, 40% off. And it's during that time I really try to buy. Now I'm gonna have to, even though I love you being this close, let's see, I'm gonna have to go out a little bit because, oh wow, I just brought you in way more. Let's see if I can just do a little bit. There we go. Because I'll turn it. I know myself, I'm gonna turn it in a bunch of different ways, so. Okay guys, this is what we're gonna work on, the cup now. I'm going to actually use 2 cups. And I want to show you something really quick. This is in my haste, I forgot to do one thing. So lucky for you, you're going to see me mix a color, which I don't do very often on camera because it's boring. I mean, I find it to be boring. Especially for people that have been doing this for a while. I think it can be boring. Anyway, I need some white, and I think I'm gonna do the cover your pore technique today. Since I have these mixed with Mod Podge, although they're mixed with Floetrol too, so I'm not sure how it's going to all work. But when you use that cover your pore technique, you use this Mod Podge gloss luster. I just used the rest of that, so that's gone. So hopefully I don't need too much more. And then I just use the Artist Loft Flow Acrylic White. Someone asked me why I don't use house paint. Honestly, I don't feel like I've had great results with different kinds of house paint. The kind I really, really like, it's like $55 a gallon. And I can't, this is GAC 800. And I just feel like I can never just go there and justify that for some reason. So I just kind of stick with this Artist Loft. It's not too expensive. Seems to work pretty good. And I get good results. I don't get cracking, crazing. I don't get any weirdness happening. One thing I do when I mix my paints is I go opposite directions. I'm sure you all probably do this too. I go one direction and then the other. I also scrape the side and down and while I'm turning my cup. This is, I think, from cooking. You'll see really great mixers will do that. They'll turn the bowl. And then, man, this is almost just the perfect consistency, just like it is. Oh, I see a little bit of white that needs to come off of there. Well, I did. I lost it. Oh well. We'll find it again. Some house paint is cracks and bleeds. Some of it crazes. For me, I found crazing to be a big problem with house paint. Or it just breaks apart. Especially if you're using a technique like an airbrush or something like that. I just don't seem to have amazing results. So, all right, done. Bunch of white. The other thing about mixing is mix your paint. If you're using like heavy body paint, I'll just give you a little trick. This is not actually heavy body, but to put a little bit of this in the cup and then a little tiny bit of your pouring medium and mix that together first. Because after it's like lightening egg whites kind of. You can lighten the egg whites with a little bit of your batter, and then when you add the rest of the batter, it's more homogeneous. So that's kind of the way I think about it. I think about this whole thing like cooking a lot, just because I've been a chef for so many years. So, all right. Oh, I did this for a reason. I wanted to show you the cups. I'm gonna do, I really want to keep them colors right here so you can see what I'm doing. A lot of times I do it off camera just because it's easier for me, but in this moment, I'm gonna start with something gold. I want gold to be the last thing to come out, and some white. And so yellow, gold. Ooh, my gold is really thick. All right. And then I'm going to start layering the dark colors. Van Dyke Brown, Burnt Sienna. Let's put a hint of that copper in there. The Brick Red, Folk Art Fire Opal with a little bit of the red. This rusty kind of orange color I made. This is so pretty. This orange, I put a lot of pigments in there from Primary Elements, so it actually has a lot of shine to it. It's really very pretty. And then kind of like a yellow ochre Titan buff. And I'm going to do this cup once again. Patricia! Oh my gosh! My heart is so big. Thank you so much. I'm so excited. Thank you so much. I appreciate you so much. Wow, that is a huge and beautiful donation. I'm so, so grateful and so, so thankful to you right now. Wow, that's just made my whole day, if you only knew. If you only knew. Wonderful. Thank you so much. Okay. Like I said, I'm going to repeat this little pattern again because I want this one cup to be dark. Not dark, but I want it to have all of the warm tones in it. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just layering away. I go on Pinterest, if I didn't say this already. A lot of times I'll go on Pinterest and I'll look and see what's inspiring for that day. Like, I'll type in, like this one I typed in Santa Fe palette, and all these gorgeous colors came up, of course. I know I don't usually do this many layers in my cup, but I really want to do a ring pour that has a lot of different rings in it, a lot of different colors. So this is why I'm doing it. All right. Ooh, I wish you guys could see this cup from the side. But I don't want to mess everything up to take it down. But oh my gosh, it's so, 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 so pretty. I wish I could turn it for you. All right. So that's the cup. That's the one cup. Now you're thinking, what the heck? You know, what about all these gorgeous other colors? I'm going to do it. Don't worry. I'm going to start with these other colors. With the gold at the bottom, and then the Titan buff, and then work my way into the blues and then the greens. Maybe we should have one contrasting color, so let's do this Van Dyke Brown. Turquoise, Extreme Sheen Blue, this color, and that color. Hematite and buff. And then we'll do gold again. And start the turquoise again. And there's a reason I'm doing these in separate cups. You could totally do it in the same cup. But one of the reasons I'm doing it in the different cups is because I want a really distinct pattern difference. And I think this is the only way to get it. So, here we go. I'm going to get all these paints off my station real quick. And then we will keep going. You guys are helping me so much on my Instagram. I appreciate it. I've been doing these giveaways, and today I would love to also do another giveaway. I'm thinking of giving away the cup that I just used. If you would feel like it would be okay for you to receive a used, this used rotating cup, let me know, because if there is interest in receiving a used cup, of course it'll be washed out and everything. Then I'll do a giveaway of that cup today on my Instagram. All right, here's the 2 cups. Bandana, why do you always say you're too late? You're not too late. You're never too late. Anytime you come, I'm happy. Well, okay, so here we go. I crushed it. I crushed it. Okay. I'm glad it made your day, Jan. Jan has been my lucky winner. She won twice in a row. She actually won 2 beautiful giveaways 2 weeks in a row, that lucky lady. Really clever of her. This is so pretty. Every time I say I don't want to do blues, aren't they serene though? Aren't they just lovely and beautiful? I feel so... I was never a blue person before I started painting. I don't know. All right, this cup is too full, first of all, and I'm sad that I filled it this much because I don't need this much paint at all, but... danger. She says, you can't, Jan, you don't get to play anymore. No, that's not true. Everybody can play it. In fact, you guys, I'll tell you how to win at the end of this live. I will put up a photo of the cup and this painting, if it turns out, one of these paintings from this live. And then I'll give you the instructions in the post. Now, some of you are messaging me, and I'm so sorry to say that is not gonna work for the, you know, you have to use the comment section. So that's where we're at with that. Most people have figured it out. I know nobody wants another social media account, but I'm spending less and less time on YouTube because I have my reasons. It's a very soul-sucking platform at times, and I'm just taking a little bit of time away, so I don't, because I still love teaching on here, so I don't want to totally stop. But man, sometimes I just need a little bit of time. I need a little break, and right now that's what I've been doing. This is so cool. Aw, Canadian girl, thank you so much. You're welcome. I love painting with you guys. Honestly, sometimes I feel like at first my lives were very nerve-wracking, and now I truly say I enjoy the process. I'm really enjoying the process of doing them. They're fun. I feel the energy of everybody that's here. I feel very inspired by people. So it's definitely a very beautiful experience for me. All right, I'm gonna pop that off the corner right there. I really like what's happening in some of these other parts. I think I want to keep it. So I started this off with the idea that I was going to cover my pour with that white, but I just can't. It's just too pretty. I can't do it. I have to leave it. Wow. And this was my hope, and it definitely did work. I wanted a distinct feel between the warm and the cool colors on this. Christy, thank you for watching, and thank you for coming. I'm so glad that you find value in my videos. It was like a full-time job for a year, really, and I'm so grateful that people find value in the videos, because it's been a huge labor of love for me, those videos. So I was trying to get this to just inch over a little bit, but I don't want to totally destroy parts that I love as well. So, it's a challenge, isn't it? Oh, look at this. Carmen, sorry you have to say goodnight. Thank you for coming anyway. I appreciate you. So, this is a really interesting painting. I know one thing right away I'm going to do. I'm already thinking about it as I look at this. I see one of the things is I'm going to draw some of these blue lines into the pour this way. I just like the way that looks, and somehow it marries the two of these together. Everybody has their little tips and tricks on what they do to after they pour. I definitely use almost every one there is. Airbrush, balloon roll, plastic wrap. I did a whole series of plastic wrap dips. They were really fun. If you haven't seen those, you could check those out on my channel. One of them's called Fire Flower, I think. Thank you. Melanie, you've been hacked on Instagram. Someone is not only using your name, but they're using my artwork as theirs. So, Melanie Hudspeth, my dear friend, you have been hacked on Instagram. So, you need to check that out. I sent you a message, actually. Go look in your messages on Instagram and you'll see what's going on. I'm glad you showed up today. Yeah, they're using my art. This person on Instagram, I mean, it can happen on Facebook, it can happen anywhere. It can literally happen on even my website. I've had people just pulling stuff off and using it, and it's ridiculous. That's the problem with putting yourself out there like that, is you do open yourself up to being hacked. And it's probably the worst part about social media, I think. But I love this painting is really interesting. But one thing I'm going to do, and I don't know if I'm going to get support on this or not, but I'm going to move some of this paint back down gently. What do you guys think of this? No, Vandana, it's not a password thing. What happens is they take your name and they change one thing, like it could be Vandana and then they just put a 1 after it or something. Then they take all your artwork, just screenshots of your artwork, and they post it as you, even though it's not you. They just, they'll find an account that's doing fairly well, and they'll find artwork that's probably going to get some likes, and I don't know. I'm not sure why people do that. But yeah, Mamesy explains, she probably can explain that better than me. Now this is going to be tricky because I'm adding blue and red on top of each other, which very easily could make gross colors. So I'm not sure if this is going to work at all. But I want to try because I just want this beautiful, I just envision this beautiful side of balloon rolls coming up, kind of like feathers on that side. I don't know why. I just think it would be pretty. So I'm going to try it and see what happens. it could be a total disaster. But I'm willing to see. All right, so this is one of those things where if this doesn't work, I'm probably going to actually have to scrape that whole side off and redo the painting because it won't be easy to save because of the color combinations. So I'm going to try and see what happens right now. In these cases, you have like one opportunity basically to do, you could do one, maybe two balloon rolls and then you're done. Then it's just mud. When you're putting together colors that like are inclined to make mud together. So definitely not sure. Yeah, man, it's gonna be a hard one. That one was okay. I think I'm gonna do, yeah, see, that just removed all the colors that I even had on there. I just completely removed them as if they were never there. Yeah, my glove today is so crusty and old. Mamesy, the thing is, I don't know if I showed you guys. Let me take my gloves off because I have to show you something. I have to address this right now. Everybody thinks, hi Sharon, if I didn't say hi already. Everybody thinks it's like heavy-handed or too light or too whatever. You know what? You can do these balloon rolls really hard and still have excellent results. You can do them really soft and have excellent results. You get different effects based on what you're doing. So, I don't know if you guys saw this. After the camera turned off last week, I did a dip of all the leftover paints. And then I did those black and white balloon rolls hard with a lot of pressure all the way down to the canvas. Those are the dips. So no, it's really not about pressure. This painting is already sold. I love this painting. It's like one of the prettiest paintings I feel like I've ever made, and I did it off camera, so of course no one could ever see me. And, yep. Now back to this ugly brown one we're working on. No, I'm just kidding, but you know, sometimes you just hit that magical note and there's just nothing to it just works perfectly. Look at this, look how pretty that is though. I mean, you just can't deny that there is definitely some really special parts about this painting. But we're going to try to work with this just a little more. If you guys don't mind sticking with me while I do it. I just want to see if I can bring in a few more colors. And, I'm glad I'm therapeutic. I mean, this is therapeutic for me. I mean, I live for this. It is a lot of work. I'm not, like, talking while you're painting is something I'm finally starting to get used to. It's definitely not something that I've been used to this whole time. I'm just starting to get used to it now. because it is, I really like listening to music. But if you go on so when I do those pours after dark, I don't talk very much because it's like midnight or 1 a.m. or something, and I'm just relaxing and listening to music, honestly. It's fun. They're really fun. And no stress. This last one, I just used up a bunch of leftover paints. I feel like usually only like 2 or 3 people are there, so I don't feel like anyone's really watching. So I just play. But it is fun to just play around, you know. Alright, we're going to see if I can pull a rabbit out of the hat on this one and see if I can make anything come out of this that's pretty. Well, and that's the thing. Sometimes, like, Jan, I know, I was thinking, you know, this might be a way for some people who are overseas. You know, if I'm pouring at 1 or 2 in the morning, I'm not sure what time it is over there, but it's got to be possible, right? Maybe a good time for them. I don't know. So, all right. I really like the way that one looked. So I'm going to keep that angle on this one for sure. Yeah, so maybe someone in Europe would want to watch. I don't know. There's just too much paint on here. Now, you can see what I was talking about. Mud, mud. So now I'm in the point where I would probably have to scrape this off. So I'm going to just keep doing the balloon roll until I really can't do it anymore and see if I can just magically pull something beautiful out of there. I'll just put it on my balloon this time. So when you put it on your balloon, you're depositing it onto the canvas more. But I had to take some of that off first in order to do that. Do you understand what I'm saying? So you can't just start by putting it on the balloon. It's just too much. Yeah, it's going to be a challenge to make that look right. I don't know, people. This is what I was saying. Could definitely not work. So I'm not very hopeful in this moment. I don't feel very hopeful. Yeah, Mamesy, don't add to the balloon unless you've already taken something away. So, and you guys, I'm going to tell you this. I'm doing a thing with Arteza that's coming out in August, and it's literally a step-by-step guide to balloon rolls. Like, literally going to show every step that I do. It's going to have little photos. There'll be a video. It's, you know, I hope I'm not speaking too soon because things do come up, but it is slated for August, slated or whatever you say for August. So, hi Heather. Yeah, isn't that exciting? I was pretty excited. And then the other cool thing that happened this week was this guy from the UK who has a band asked if I could, if he could use one of my paintings as a cover for his album. He's a musician. Oh, that was pretty cool too. So, cool things, you know, things still happen. Oh, cool things still happen in life. Even, you know, creative people are still trying to create, and we're still trying to make joy. Alright, this is gonna be the last attempt here. You know, when I was a chef, I had a band that really wanted to hire me to cook for them as they traveled the UK and beyond. I don't know. I don't know if I have regrets, like life regrets. You know, you try not to have any life regrets, but sometimes I wonder if I should have done that. It would have been really fun. But, you know. Yeah, I would have been a road foodie. But, okay, this sounds terrible. I'm just going to say this anyway, because this band, I'm sure, doesn't listen to, you know, they don't know anything about me. I didn't like their music. So the thought of being, like, trapped there in another country, and they would just be practicing all the time, and I just have to be going to all their... Isn't that terrible? But that is kind of, like, one of the things that stopped me. I was like, oh man, I have to listen to that all day long. Isn't that horrible? Now on camera, I'm seeing this looks quite messy. And the vision I had for it is definitely not the same as the way it's turning out. But there is a little bit of interest here. I don't know. Oh, you guys, this might just be one that I just have to scrape off. You know, and it's probably a good tool to show you these balloon rolls. You can just do really well, and then sometimes they just don't work. They don't work anyway. They don't work anyway. Now, I'm not hating it. I'm not hating it, but I am not... The vision is a challenge. It is definitely not doing what I had hoped it would do. I'm going to try one more time right here because I just took off a bunch of paint. And we'll see what happens with this. You guys comment anything. I'm open for ideas, even though I know, you know, I always say I want ideas and then I do what I want anyway. I've been told that. But, yeah, if you guys ever want to see something on this channel, give me an idea and I'll try to work it into the repertoire. Okay, now that might work. I'm getting some pretty rolls right there. Yeah, I definitely like that one. That's pretty. Very pretty. Sometimes you just don't, I just don't want to give up, and this is why, because at the very end, then all of a sudden I'll just make something and it works completely, and then I'm like, wow, that just totally worked and it looks awesome. Pretty. Which way? I don't know. I don't know which way I would even... If I hung this, my idea was to hang it this way with these balloon rolls kind of going down and up and around the side. That's what I originally had thought would happen. Need a few little tiny dark spots here. Not many, but definitely need to draw the eye There's a lot of dark spots right here, but dark. I'm tired. I'm saying dark, but really it's Van Dyke Brown is what I'm trying to say. Yes, Nubian Queen has like one of my favorite paintings ever, and it was so underappreciated at the time. I felt like very few people understood what I was going for, but I maybe wasn't as popular, or I don't know, but I love that painting, and it didn't do quite as well as some of my other paintings in terms of like the video or the popularity, but when I sold it to the person I sold it to at my auction, she said she was absolutely thrilled. So that just made me happy. Sometimes it's just knowing the owner is gonna just love, you know, the end result. They love what you do. I love selling my paintings to people who are, you know, just really admire my work. It makes it fun. Yeah, you know, you could just keep going and going and going and going and going. There's lots of pretty balloon rolls here. Thank you. I like the Van Dyke Brown in here too. It's really pretty, and I'm trying to decide if I should do some like all the way up in little bits, just because the composition of this one is just a little bit wonky for me. Just a tiny little bit. Like I would need to continue them, just little tiny balloon kisses like all the way up, like halfway up the side. So then if you hung it this way, you would have a ring, like a oval, a half-shaped oval right here, these little balloon rolls going up. And I think that's what I would like to do ultimately. Another pour in the middle. Oh, I think the middle is beautiful. I love the middle. If I pour in the middle, I would have to tilt all of this off. All of this would have to go. Everything on the edge would go. And all of the beautiful reds and stuff would go. I know, someone's saying pour in the middle. No, that's not gonna happen, that's for sure. No offense, but no, that's not happening. I don't think pouring in the middle would be a good call at all, unless you just hate the painting. Now, like if this is your painting and you just hate this painting and you're trying to figure out how to start over, then yeah, sure. Pour in the middle, and then it'll eliminate all, you know, all the parts that you don't like if you don't like the outside. But I love the outside. So one thing, these little balloon kisses I'm talking about, I'm gonna have to, there's a lot of paint on here. So I'm gonna try. Mamesy, I'm gonna show you, like adding white to this when there is a ton of paint on here. Sometimes it works, but see what happens. Normally, nothing happens because it's all on the balloon. So it doesn't, adding to the balloon doesn't really work if there's a lot of little paint already left on the canvas. So I'm gonna actually have to take just a little bit off, just right here. And that's about how far I want those to go. All right, so now what I'm gonna do, I'll try to deposit some of this paint back on there. Ooh, oh my gosh. Apologize. So now you see when you go back in, it's going to actually deposit a little bit of paint on there. saying that the lives are fun because the editing, to me, I always feel like I'm editing out all the boring stuff. But I guess it may not be boring to other people. I don't know. I don't know what's boring to other people, and that is the truth of that. So it could be, to me, I think, oh, no one wants to see this, or no one wants to see that, or no one wants a 30-minute video. And the videos that are really popular on YouTube, it seems like they do really quick pours, and my pours are never super, super quick, so that's part of the issue. That was part of the issue for me, is trying to figure out a balance, because a lot of times, you know, my paintings, they're not quick like that, so. Oh, too much paint still. I'm just trying to leave one little flower up there. There we go. Editing sucks. I think I spent about, and I think I've said this before, which is why you don't see as many edited videos from me right now, but I was spending between 60, oh my gosh, I don't even know, sometimes like 40 to 60 hours a month editing videos. And you know, when I got down to the point where my channel wasn't making money at all from YouTube sponsorships and promotion, all that stuff, I just got to a point where I'm like, I can't even afford to put out, I can't afford the paint it takes to put out 4 videos a week. I can't afford the time, and I definitely can't afford the paint anymore, or the canvases. It wasn't even, it was like going into debt every week. Even with, you know, the donations, which I am so appreciative of, but that was just keeping me painting in general. You know, selling is, you know, you're also, for me, I'm also trying to actually make a living, at least partially, since I can't really chef right now very much. So I have weeks where I do a lot of chefing, and then other weeks where I'm just, you know, 3 weeks without a chef job. So, okay, so parts I love. I think that this painting is going to be one of those that when this dries, I'm going to show you, because it's going to be one of those, the colors are going to deepen and change and grow. I have a good feeling about this painting when it's dry. Maybe not, it's very pretty now, but I just have a good feeling that when this one's dry, it's going to be really special. I'm going to bring back, I have a lot of paints here mixed up today. And 6:15, I'm going to say, I'm going to do one quick little flip cup with the cover of your pour, because I just want to. It's something I've been thinking about. If you guys want to stick around and watch another one. Let's see. Of course I said little flip cup, but I don't have any little canvases in here. Oh my gosh, I have no little canvases. Is it possible? Huh. It's terrible. Here we go. I have a practice canvas that we can use. So I'm just going to do a little flip cup because I think it'll be fun. Here we go. All right. My gosh, I have too many paints mixed up, you guys. I do this sometimes. It's really ridiculous, truthfully. But I can't help myself. I'm curious what'll happen if we add all these colors in one, all the browns and stuff in a flip cup with one, with all the blues and reds and everything. I don't know. Normally when you use Mod Podge as your pouring medium, you can really get away with doing these flip cups that the colors will not mix together. But I didn't just use Mod Podge. I used Floetrol, I used GAC 800, I used Otrol, so it wasn't just Mod Podge, it was just like whatever I had. Hello, Rocket Toss. I don't think you can hear me, but nice to see you, as always. All right, let's do a little flip cup. Here we go. Wait, that's black. Woo! I really don't want black. So what do you guys do for color inspiration when you get bored? Curious. Curious what y'all do. You heard me say I go on Pinterest. Ooh, nature photography. Yep. Aw, thank you, Marguerite. Yeah, nature photography, man. That's nature in general is just like a huge inspiring. We live in the most really, as crappy as things can get, I still find myself completely inspired by nature and the beauty of nature. We are so, so, so lucky to live on planet Earth. And that is no joke. All right, let's do, we're going to make this one a little less than the canvas, less than what we need, actually. I just want to see, you know, what happens. I've never put like a dark color on the bottom. Oh, Tara, thank you so much. I appreciate you too. And, you know, I still have collab in mind for you and I. It just seems like life just never allows me to just do exactly what I want. Just always seem to be running to chase myself. Ooh. How pretty. Oh my gosh. I love this. Christy, thank you so much for your donation. That means a lot, you guys. I'm going to let's see. You think I would figure out if I pinch or pull what brings you closer and what brings you far away, but for some reason when it's up above my head, I just can't figure it out. I don't know. Yeah, this is a really interesting color combination, and hi Terry. Ooh, these colors are pretty. Now I'm mad I did this on a test canvas, because I have a feeling this painting, the only thing bad about this canvas is it's really saggy in the center. So I'll have to think about that when I let's do another, maybe I think we're gonna do another flip cup on the bottom. I'm gonna do it really fast. I'm gonna layer it really fast. All right, here we go. It's changing a lot since it's sitting here. That yellow is pretty, isn't it? And it's already starting to fade away. Yellow just seems to like disappear in pores, so I'm just gonna add it. I'm gonna help it out a little bit here. Just a little tiny bit. Oops. Yeah, the Floetrol definitely gives me cells, but also there's Extreme Sheen, Extreme Sheen period, but there's Extreme Sheen Sapphire in here. Pretty much layered these cups the same way. I feel fairly positive that that is what I did. And all right, so the cover your pour is you take the whole thing and then you cover it with white, basically. This is why it's fun. This is why it's fun. This is why sometimes you just have to go ahead and waste paint. Because, oh my gosh, I just love that moment when you just, and this is the moment I'm addicted to. You can tell by when you watch my videos. I like to do the things that are gonna make people cringe. They're gonna go, oh no, that was so pretty and you just ruined it. And then I like pulling something else out that in the end ends up being really fun and unique and looks different. But this is Heartfelt Artistry's technique, Lam. If you haven't seen her channel, you should definitely check it out. She has an amazing style, all her own. And this cover your pour technique is her style. Ooh. I may have used too much white. But I always love it. It gives these like zebra effect. I always love that little zebra effect it gives. And then totally do not want to get rid of all of the color, obviously. So interesting. So cool. Yeah, this is like, now I may not even like keep going with this painting in terms of making it something or not. I just really want to demonstrate the cool part about this technique is, so you know all those colors are under there, right? I mean, they are. So if you use something to lift it up, now, of course, I probably use a balloon because or a glove because that's what I work with generally. So, yeah, so I can use like a little glove, and when I look at that, when I pull it back, all those colors pop through. And that's one of the things that just makes this technique so ridiculously fun. Just that surprise element of what it's going to look like. And sometimes, sometimes you get more colors than others. It just depends on, where you're at. Now, I put a lot of brown in here, so there's parts that may not be as pretty as others. Hold on. I'm going to... Oh gosh, this is all those metallics under there trying to come out. So, and this is one of those occasions where I think it would be really pretty to I'm going to just highlight some of the colors that you can see in the parts that are showing. Like here, like this red, I'm going to just bring it out here. I don't need to add any white because we have plenty of white. So I'm going to try to add some of the red back in. It's just, you don't have to do a lot to these ones. They're pretty and they keep developing as they sit. This is a cool little technique. This is just a good little, it's a good little fun little try. So cover your pore. I did a whole video series on it with Lam, with Heartfelt Artistry. Her and I did a collab. You should look for that. Cover your pore in my video section. And then I did like 2 videos after it, I think. 2 or 3 videos after it. Ooh, and I'm just getting some pretty cell action happening right here. Really pretty cells. I'm gonna, oh my gosh, I'm out of small popsicle sticks too, so I'm gonna buy some of those. Cause these big ones they put too much paint on my stuff. Oh, how pretty. Look at that. How pretty, how pretty. Oh my gosh, I'm singing right now. I'm so happy. Sometimes you just, yeah. And this is how it always goes. It seems like the one that I work really hard on, a lot of times it doesn't turn out. And then the one that I'm like, who gives a crap? I'll just try it. It always seems to be the one that turns out the best. I don't even know what else I would do to this painting. And the thing about this technique too is this, that Mod Podge, oh my gosh. It dries so glossy and so shiny and so pretty. I'm gonna just do a tiny little corner right here to bring out some of this green, if I can, just a little bit. Brown is coming through right there. So since this was a test canvas, I will have to support the center before I let it dry. But I love this piece as it is, you guys. I don't even think I want to do anything else to it. it's pretty. It has a movement and interest, and it draws your eye around in kind of a circle. There's very, very interesting. I'm going to show you. So that's it, you guys. Thank you so much for coming. I'm going to post this painting with one of the cups on Instagram, and I will, with instructions on how you can win. And I'm gonna do a painting giveaway soon, because my goal is, as soon as I get to 5,000 Instagram followers, I'm gonna give away a painting. It's something I've never done before. I've given paintings away to friends, and of course, you know, but it's never something I've done. I've never done a giveaway of a painting, and I would like to do that. So this is fun. Thank you so much for coming. I love each and every one of you. I appreciate you spending your Friday nights with me. All the donations, it really, really, really helps my channel. I really appreciate all of you who took the time to send money to my tip jar. That means a lot to me. It really, really does. And shopping my Amazon shop helps. If you can't leave a tip jar, that's awesome. You can still watch, still join me. I love your energy, and it means a lot that you come. Wow, this one is just so pretty. There's just nothing else I can even do to it. I'm just so happy right now with this. Thank you, Hey and Way. And everybody give Cheryl a round of thanks too, because honestly, without her, I could not do this. And she is literally a life force of my channel right now. And I really, really appreciate Cheryl. Thank you, Cheryl, so much. Thank you, Carrie, so much for all your support. Carrie, you've been an amazing supporter. And Doris, Marguerite, Selena, Patricia, Mina, Meredith, Canadian Girl, Tara, Vandana, Jan, Gila, Sherry, Amanda, Angela, Alessandra, Donna. Yes, thanks so much, guys, and I love you all. Oh, rainbow colors coming out on that. How pretty. Bye-bye. Have a beautiful evening. Sleep well. Yeah, this painting is really, really, really pretty. This one will be available for sale. It's not going to be very much. It's pretty small. It's a 12 by 12. So I'll put this one up for sale if it dries perfectly. So see you guys then. Bye-bye.